President Obama and the First Lady, along with Vice President Biden and Mrs. Biden, observe a moment of silence on the White House lawn this morning in Washington, D.C. Hello and welcome to your Newsmax Now update on this, the 12th anniversary of the terror attacks of September 11th, 2001. I'm John Bachman. And that bell in New York City marking the moment when the first plane struck the World Trade Center. Another bell marked the exact moment when that second plane hit the World Trade Center as well. Mayor Michael Bloomberg, Governor Andrew Cuomo, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, and former New York Governor George Pataki were among those on hand to mark this special and solemn day at Ground Zero. Meanwhile, back in Washington, the president joined Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel and General Martin Dempsey, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, to lay a wreath at the Pentagon and stand for another moment of silence to mark the exact time when American Airlines Flight 77 struck the Pentagon.
Let us have the wisdom to know that while force is at times necessary, force alone cannot build the world we seek. So we recommit to the partnerships and progress that builds mutual respect and deepens trust and allows more people to live in dignity, prosperity, and freedom.
And so even in that speech, the president is still hedging his bets, making a push for diplomacy, and at the same time, leaving the door open for possible military action in Syria. That message, of course, similar to what we heard from the president last night as well in a much anticipated national address. Mr. Obama said the U.S. has a unique obligation to prevent another chemical weapons attack like the one in August that he says killed more than 1,400 men, women, and children. The president also tried to address the fears of many Americans the U.S. military intervention would escalate, leading to another war in the Middle East. And he promised that he would not put American boots on the ground in Syria. In that speech, Mr. Obama also said he is willing to let these new diplomatic developments play out, but he warned he will not wait very long. And Secretary Kerry heads to Geneva, Switzerland tomorrow to meet with Russia's foreign minister to work out details of that plan. Congress has now delayed a vote on a resolution authorizing a strike on Syria that would give the diplomatic solution a chance. Secretary of State John Kerry warns, though, it will not be easy for this Russian plan to put Syrian weapons under international control to work.
That has to be real, has to be measurable, tangible, and it is exceedingly difficult. I want everybody here to know to fulfill those conditions.
And coming up next on your Newsmax Now update, the results are in from the New York City mayor's primaries. See just how bad they were for disgraced politicians Anthony Weiner and Newt Spitzer. Plus, we have a Newsmax exclusive with former Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich, why he considers these new diplomatic developments in Syria ironic.
In 2013, half of your friends, family, and neighbors may lose their jobs, and you may be forced to watch helplessly as you are robbed of 90% of your life savings, all while your home's value is eradicated. Controversial economist Robert Wiedemer believes we will soon stare down a secret crisis that will rival the Great Depression. It was Wiedemer's 2005 book, America's Bubble Economy, that warned of coming meltdowns in our housing and stock markets. Washington did not heed his call, and folks on Main Street lost $50 trillion from the recession. His New York Times best-selling book, Aftershock, predicted our federal debt and dollar would be the next bubbles to burst. And now Robert Wiedemer has released a startling video with shocking evidence the powers that be have tried to ban. But that hasn't stopped 50 million people from getting the truth. Join us at Aftershock2013.com. Aftershock2013.com.
We're in the midst of an obesity epidemic, and I'm not surprised. The statistics on obesity mirror an increasing trend of eating out or ordering in. In fact, some people dine out every night, but eating in restaurants is one of the biggest enemies of your heart. When you're in a restaurant, you don't really know what you're getting, and the calorie counts of many restaurant dishes are astronomical. In fact, some single dishes contain more calories than we should eat in an entire day. Eating in fast food restaurants is even worse. A diet of hamburgers, French fries, and shakes constitutes a fast lane to the emergency room. If you really want to help your heart, get in the habit of cooking simple meals at home. Here are 3 easy tips that will make your food taste better than even the best restaurant. Choose the best fruit in season. Your local farmer's market is a great place to start. It will probably still cost less than that pie you were thinking of buying. Get in the habit of using fresh herbs. You can use them in egg white omelets or dust them on the fish you grill or bake. And for a light dessert, choose a square or two of dark chocolate that you and your spouse can enjoy. There are lots of ways to make your heart healthy, but there are also lots of ways to damage it. That's why I wrote Fix It, Dr. Crandall's 90-day program. In it, I'll tell you how to kickstart your metabolism every day, how to pick the best diet for you, how to stop hunger from sabotaging your diet, the 7 superfoods for your heart. I'm Dr. Chauncey Crandall, and thanks for watching this Heart Health Minute.
And welcome back. Voters in New York send a clear message to disgraced politicians Anthony Weiner and Eliot Spitzer. Both were looking for political comebacks after getting caught in sex scandals. Spitzer lost his race for the Democratic nomination for comptroller, and Weiner won only about 5% of the vote in the Democratic mayor's primary. Democrat Bill de Blasio and Republican Joe Lota won their respective primaries in the mayor's race, but it will take a few days to figure out who exactly is going to face each other and if a runoff is needed. And during a Newsmax exclusive, we talk with former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich, about Syria and why he calls this new diplomatic development ironic.
The Russians have taken a positive step. I suspect they have privately put enormous pressure on the Syrians, and as a result, the Syrians have said they would go along with it.
And for more of our exclusive interviews and content, stay with Newsmax.com. This has been your Newsmax Now update for September 11th. I'm John Bachman. Take care.